Hello, and let's get into potting up these two new plants that we received just 2 weeks ago. I filmed it for you. It was an unboxing of a Thongchi Gold Splash, which was a dendrobium, which is my favorite kind of orchids, and also the Valley Yubanai, and it had a branch that fell off, and well, I took care of that. Let's watch the video together, and at the end I have an update of how the buds are coming along. All right, since I opened her up and looked on the inside of this Valley Yubanai, was mostly moss with a little bit of bark around the outside. I peeked on the inside. There were some dead roots that were in the inner core, so I pulled the dead ones just a touch, left all of the moss and bark, dropped it in a bigger container, and just put bark around it, kind of backfilled around her. I didn't put all of her long hanging roots in, obviously. I did give her a spray with the insecticidal soap, and then I've been washing each little leaf off. I know they all have that brown spot on it. Not sure what that means. If it's just that water dropped on them and had fertilizer in it and it burned them, or if it's a fungus, I don't know. I'll look it up. But in the meantime, while she's in there, I have my water in a mister that I can spray those roots that are kind of hanging off the tops here. Just give them a drink. There's one, like I said, has a good new growth at the end of that root tip. So I will just mist this because the moss was pretty good and wet. I will just mist the base of this probably every day, just a little bit, and give those aerial roots, or the roots that didn't make it into the media, a little drink. And hopefully she will bloom for us. The little piece that fell off, I'm going to find a little tiny pot and pot her up in it, and hopefully she will grow, grow, grow. She'll have to go on my wall of hope somehow because she's so little. It is soaking in a fertilizer, and let's see. The other plant is in the bathroom soaking in a drink of CalMag, seaweed, and water. I decided that that little piece all by itself was going to go on this mount. So I've already started wrapping it, and I thought, oh, I'll film it for you. I'm just wrapping this around. I do have a little bit of moss. I have an order I need to put in, but I do have a little bit of old sphagnum moss here. So I think I will get it wet. And just put it around those baby roots there until I can get more in the mail, some fresh longer pieces. This is just a wee bit that will hold me over until maybe after the holidays when Amazon can deliver. And I'm going to wrap around that moss to hold down and get a little bit of tension, and then just tie it in the back. And every day I will water her like I do the rest. On the wall of hope, I will put a little hook on her, and we will call it her new home. Let me show you after I tie this knot my finished piece. So there she is. You can see when I mist with water, the root tips are nice and green. And I think she'll do well. She got cotton ball fuzz from her washing that I gave her. So this is the sidekick to them. She's got some growth at the top, but no buds. I don't know if she broke off of the original plant or if she was potted up separately or if maybe she was a keiki and just fell off with all the packaging handling and roughing around. But now she has her own place. Okay, we are back from soaking, and I don't mean me. I did not soak in the jacuzzi. I am boiling. I am sitting next to the hot steam humidifier and it's warm. We soaked this Dendrobium Thongchi Gold Splash, and we saw some of these white roots green up. So I'm going to do my best to tuck them in and hopefully they won't all die on me. These are all dead. All this other stuff you see, I have marinated it in its vitamin water. I have spritzed on the hydrogen peroxide to kill any critters. And now with my sterilized scissors, I am going to trim off the dead because I have a choice of 2 pots I want to fit her in, different sizes. Obviously she grows bigger each year and it climbs upward, and we're on the upward slope here. So in order to pot those, I'd have to go like that. So I'm going to do my best. I might take off these bottom 2 down here. We'll see when I cut away some roots. So we have a good root tip that greened up, so I'll save that. And most of these dead roots are coming off those ones I mentioned, those bulbs that are tiny. So yeah, these are the ones I'm going to take off. And they peeled away. Those are her baby roots. I am going to put her back in a pot with perlite and bark. And she had a lot of bark around her, so I don't think it's foreign to her, but for all these roots that are going in the pot, it will be. So in my mind, I know she'll probably drop all those pretty roots. And we'll leave that on just for grip. There are a few new shoots coming out. New roots coming out of the base. I don't know if you can see them from here. The new roots. So I'm hoping that they won't die on me. But I'm going to see if I can squeeze her into the smaller pot first. I don't know if you can see me from there. I'll move it back here. I have to really tuck all of her roots in, kind of like a dog tucking its tail. I think I will go with the wider one, and she'll just have a lot of air and space in there. And what I might end up having to do is put another container on the inside upside down to take up some of all of that space. Let's think about it. So here is my strategy. I'm going to place this wee little thing in there. It's going to take up the space but allow the rest of the roots to grow around it. And then when she gets bigger, I'll pull that out, and then the roots that have grown around her will just flop down. So I'm going to put her in and tuck the roots around. Because she's grown such beautifulness off the top of here, her next one will probably be growing right over here off of it again and get taller and taller. So I will make sure to leave a little bit of room there and center her more in the middle. Now I'm going to fill it up with the bark, perlite mix. There's a few tiny pieces of sphagnum moss in there, perlite, a few stones from wherever. There's even some lava rock mixed in there. Let's see if I can get her up high enough for you to see. I found out recently from one of my relatives that watches that my great-grandma Cooper, so it'll be on my daddy's side, she loved orchids and grew orchids too. And I don't have any memories of her because I think I was very, very young when I crossed paths with her, and I don't remember her. But I remember stories. You know, now as an adult, we all tell stories, and I think, I wish I knew her. She sounded like a Spitfire. Sounded a little bit like me. And I think, if I heard correctly, she also suffered with headaches. And I wonder if that's where the connection in my gene pool came from, because apparently I'm the only one so far that has the bad migraines that I'm aware of. My daughter has inherited some of it and is getting more and more headaches as she is getting older in her 20s, unfortunately. But it's funny how you hear from another generation about people that loved the same hobbies that you did. You think, is it in my DNA? You know, you can have good DNA and bad DNA. You got to take it all together. And I also, now that I know how big she is, how long I have to wait till the next one that I have on the shelf actually delivers some sort of spike and blooms. Probably another 2 years. Sometimes when you go to the websites, it says near blooming size, or it'll say blooming size, or a few months out from blooming, and you're like, whoa, what? So it's always nice to order it again and see, what will she look like? I'm going to prop up this little bit on the side that's already grown. It's not going to get any bigger, but give her some support. A little bit of rock. This is the back cane. It's not the... It would be considered the youngest. I chopped off those other two. Okay, now I'm going to give mist just the top here, because she did get a good soaking in the mineral water. I just want to make sure she knows this is her new home. And I will check on them daily. Here's a quick 2-week update on this beauty that we together potted up. She has that little basket in the middle, like you just saw, but she's doing great. I'm so excited for her. She looks like these bottom buds will be the first to open maybe within 1 more week. I keep her real close to my humidifier, and it's a warm humidifier, and I believe she is thriving because of that. To share that update with you. Be well until we talk again. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me today. It was fun opening up these packages and funner still talking to you. Until we talk again. Bye-bye.